The rollout of the new state budget passed its first hurdle. The Senate just passed the version earlier this afternoon by a margin of 33-16. The General Assembly posted the breakdown around midnight. Democrats did not like that and said they could not vote for it and asked for an extension. The rest shot that down. We've dug through the hundreds of pages and we have what you need to know about where your hard-earned tax dollars are going, from early education to higher education and cultural and safety facts. We've got it all. We're starting with education. The state's committing billions of dollars to education overall, but during a rally in Greenville today, current and former teachers say it's not good enough. Our Josh Birch spent the day tracking down more reaction to the funding numbers. He joins us now with more. Josh.
Well, Angela, folks I spoke with say if you factor in inflation, teachers have actually lost thousands of dollars in salaries since 2008. Lawmakers tout spending more on education than ever, but the opposing side argues there's more students and things cost more than ever as well. While they are pleased that the TA funding will remain the same as it was last year, they say more than 7,000 TAs have been cut by the state since 2008. The rally today focused on funding education and making sure teachers get paid for the important work they do. For some former teachers, they say the salary makes it difficult to make ends meet.
You don't go into teaching for the money. You go into it because you have a commitment and a passion for helping students. However, you do deserve a wage that you can live on.
Now, Clage says many teachers have to take second jobs to pay their bills. She says the respect teachers used to get is no more. Now, some are upset that more money has not been reinvested in education since the state pulled out of the recession. Coming up at 6, we'll break down some numbers and show you what some want to do to increase funding for education. Josh Birch, 9 on your side.
Thank you, Josh. The state's also adding tax dollars to making sure every classroom is Wi-Fi capable. Both Pitt and Lenoir County classrooms already are Wi-Fi capable, but Lenoir County schools may see if some of that money could go to upkeep what's already there. Well, students at community colleges will be paying more halfway through this school year. The budget includes a $4 credit hour increase that will kick in during the spring semester. Residents would pay $76. Non-residents would pay $268. Overall, tuition for residents would increase by $128 per year. Folks at Pitt Community College say they're thankful they won't have to rebuild students for the fall.
We would have preferred that there had been no increase, but we were just glad it wasn't more.
Spelling does not anticipate the tuition increase will have a dramatic impact on enrollment at PCC. The community college system overall had total enrollment decline by nearly 5,000 students from the budgeted plan for last fiscal year. At ECU, the Brody School of Medicine is getting a guaranteed $16 million over the next 2 fiscal years. Earlier this year, the chancellor expressed concerns about keeping the school open. Everyone, including the governor, wanted to make sure Brody got funds, and with this final budget plan, it's there. On the cultural side, Tryon Palace is getting extra money. Additional operating funds are being given to the palace, $100,000 this year and an additional $50,000 for the next fiscal year, something Communications Director Craig Ramey says is necessary for the continuation of Tryon Palace.
With this funding, it allows us to be in a unique place that we haven't really been in a long time, and that's to have a full complement of staff. And we need to have people in these key positions to really do what we need to do.
That full staff helps maintain the gardens, provide characters and costumes to make the palace more realistic of its era, and other necessary staff needed to help tell the history of Tryon Palace that it brings to North Carolina. Now, a couple other things to note about spending your tax dollars. The Queen Anne's Revenge Project, which has a lab in Greenville, is getting $1.5 million over the next 2 years. The film program is getting a boost. The state's now committing $30 million instead of just $10 million to attract film projects. This year, the state had trouble keeping productions when it dropped tax credits in favor of the grants. There's also money to match any grants law enforcement agencies get to buy body cameras. Each agency could get up to $100,000. There's still a few more jumps before this budget comes set in stone, but the Senate's got one more vote tomorrow. The House will have to vote on it and the governor sign it into law. The earliest representatives could vote on it would be Thursday, of course. We'll keep you updated on what happens online and on social media. Log on to WNCT.com or follow us on Twitter.